Today's lesson is on Pythagoras' theorem, and we are looking at the distance between 2 points. Example 1. Calculate the length of the line AB. So we can use Pythagoras to work out the distance between two coordinate points. And if you look at the diagram, I've got the point A, I've got a point B, and what I can actually do is I can form a right angled triangle. And you'll see that with the dotted lines that I'm drawing in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the number of boxes. So I've went 3 along this way, and I've went 4 up the way. What I'll do now is I'm just going to redraw that. So I've got 3, I've got 4, and what I'll do is I'll call this hypotenuse side x. So I'm going to do x squared is 3 squared plus 4 squared, because I'm finding the hypotenuse. That comes out as 9 plus 16, which is 25, and the square root of 25 is 5. And in terms of our units, we don't actually know what the units are, so we'll just write 5 units. Example 2, calculate the length of the line CD. Okay, so I've got negative coordinates, it doesn't change a thing. So I'm going to draw my dotted triangle line in and put in my right angle. And let me look at how many boxes I've counted along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 along the way. So that's 9. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up the way. So it's 9 and 5. Again, I'm going to redraw that triangle quickly. So I've got 9, I've got 5, and again, I'm going to call this side x. And you'll notice when we're calculating the distance between 2 points, it's the hypotenuse that we're calculating. So all of our calculations, they will be adding. So it's going to be 9 squared plus 5 squared. So we've got 81 plus 25, and that is 106. To find x, we'll do the square root of 106. Into the calculator it goes, and we get the answer of 10.29 and so on. And to one decimal place, we'll write it as 10.3 units. Example 3. Calculate the length of the line joining the points E and F. This time you'll notice we don't have a diagram. We don't need to draw coordinate axes at all. We can just do it freehand. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So let me draw 3, 2. Okay, E, 3, 2. Now where would 7, 6 be? Well, it's definitely further along and up somewhere. It doesn't need to be completely accurate. So I'm going to put 7, 6 there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line between these 2 points. And then I'm going to form my little triangle. So I'm going to dot my line along and my line up and down. Now we don't have boxes to count this time, but we can figure out how long this side is and this side is by looking at the coordinates. So let me look at the x coordinates first, because if I move this way, I'm travelling along the x-axis. If I move this way, I'm travelling along the y-axis. So my x coordinates, I've started at 3 and I've ended up at 7. That must mean I've moved a distance of 4. If I then look at the y coordinates, I started at 2 and ended up at 6. That's also a distance of 4. So now I've got my sides, I can now go and work out. So I can now go and work out what x is, or the distance between the 2 points. So x squared is 4 squared plus 4 squared. I've got 16 plus 16, which is 32. And the square root of 32 is equal to 5.65 and so on. Again, I'm going to round that to one decimal place, which is 5.7 units.